Hey traders, welcome back to the channel. This is your weekly review and outlook video where we not only reflect on last week's executions, but also map out the coming opportunities. If you trade with precision, or aim to, this video is for you. Let's dive straight in. First, a quick review of how last week went for us in terms of executions. Monday, a nice start to the week. We secured a clean +2R trade using the 3AMPO3 setup. This move was very likely, and we had already decoded it in our previous weekly outlook. Price moved exactly as speculated. A textbook execution. Tuesday, this was probably the worst day I've faced this year so far. I was discussing bias with someone, and somehow got manipulated against my own view, ended up targeting the wrong side for the planned decline. Price punished me badly for this mistake. The key takeaway? I failed to notice a very clear SMT divergence at 3 a.m., something I usually never miss. I've journaled this lesson thoroughly and will now avoid unnecessary discussions during live trading. At the end of the day, remember, trading is a zero-sum game. Wednesday, no executions. Price simply did not fill my order and continued flying without me. Sometimes no trade is the best trade. Thursday, the pre-NFP day. A solid day, we secured an easy +2.7R profit on the pound's 3AMPO3 move. Simple, clean, and controlled. And finally, Friday, the big NFP day. Price was very quiet during the London kill zone. However, I was eyeing a move on gold, a beautiful ERL to IRL transition, built perfectly on the higher time frame. And yes, we secured a good +2.5R profit just before the NFP release, staying well clear of the news volatility. Alright, with the review done, let's move on to the outlook for the coming week. Here's what I'm watching. Starting with Euro. Both the weekly and daily time frames currently lack fair value gaps. This does make setting a strong directional bias a bit more challenging. We do have buy-side liquidity resting above, but last week's weekly close suggests that price may fall further, likely targeting appropriate H4 lows. I'm noting key points from where price could retrace and potentially reverse. We'll be watching how price behaves after Monday's session. For now, the focus is on targeting the low. Next up, pound. GBP is looking very clean this week on the weekly time frame. We're potentially setting up for a weekly ERL to IRL move, something I will definitely be watching very closely. Dropping down to the H4 time frame, we can see a clean market maker sell model formation. Honestly, if this doesn't play out, I don't know what does. This will have my full attention this week. A quick glance at DXY. In alignment with both Euro and Pound, we have an inverse fair value gap marked as a potential area where price could retrace before expanding. It will be very interesting to watch how this plays out and syncs with our setups on EUR and GBP. Now, let's look at the economic calendar for the week. There are some key events to note. Monday, we have French and German bank holidays. While this might slow things down a little, I'm not expecting the price action to die completely, especially because DXY and GBP are still in play. That said, it could be a time waster, so be cautious. Tuesday, no major news. Could be a slow and boring day. Wednesday, the big one. US CPI day. My plan? Avoid holding any positions into the New York session. All positions will be closed by 5 a.m. London kill zone. CPI has the potential to chop and kill both sides, so caution is key. Thursday, we have GBP's GDP numbers releasing, and also US PPI data. Now this is a day where, if we catch a trending side correctly, we can pull a very good trade. I'll be looking for that. Friday, we do have a red folder event for USD, but nothing that I expect to cause extreme volatility. London session should be good for extracting some solid trades. And that wraps up this week's review and outlook. The key is to stay patient, stay precise, and trust your process. Trade only what you've planned, and remember to avoid distractions, as I learned the hard way last week. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing and dropping a like. I'll see you in the next one with more breakdowns and live insights. Trade well and stay safe.